What's good, everybody? It's your boy Jentai here, and today I decided to bring up this little topic because I'm kind of weird place with anime right now, because anime has been evolving over the years, as you might know, and there's a lot of shows that's getting really borderline Jentai. And it's getting kind of weird, you know? Because you got shows like Interspecies Reviewer, you got shows like Redo, you had shows like Shimonetsa, and it begs the question, can Jentai get just as mainstream as anime? Because it's looking like it might be the case. Now, do I think it's gonna get as popular as anime?
Oh, hell no.
But it's never out the realm of possibility. And honestly, with anime growing more and more, so does the Jentai scene. And there's plenty of things in Jentai that is pretty good. And sometimes Jentai can be even a bit more better than anime is, even with its plots. So when it comes down to it, it could grow, but it's all depending on how much anime grows. And that could also prove another issue in itself, but you know, we'll just stick with what we got for now. But yeah, when it comes to anime right now, there's a lot of shows that really just go straight up borderline H, and it's not afraid to push the boundaries of what it's going to do. Like Redo, it pretty much shows everything you need to see, even without seeing everything you need to see. And you pretty much get the full effect of what's going on in that show and what they do. And then you also have stuff like Shimonetsa, which is more playful than anything, but it still goes in that genuine direction of what to expect, right? And when Worlds and Hero comes out, it's gonna go in that same direction, just like Redo, except gonna be probably way more explicit. It's kind of getting hard to tell what is an anime and what is a Jentai anymore, because it's just going down that route. And I don't know, again, if this is some type of revolution with artists in Japan being like, you ain't gonna tell us what we can and cannot draw. And it kind of just like a real question now at this point, like, can anime and Jentai kind of coexist in the same level of field together? I don't think that will be the case. Like, don't get me wrong, there will be some instances where it's just like, oh wow, everybody can talk about it, but will it ever be the case that you'll just see somebody wearing a Jentai shirt? I don't think so, but it could be. And don't get me wrong, there's plenty of Jentai series that exist that I feel like could go mainstream, but you know, they probably won't do that just because I don't think people would just let that just slide, you know? The last thing you want to see is some random person coming in and being like, oh, what's that? That's an anime. Then get fooled, and then a whole bunch of nonsense happen, like a lot of things on Twitter does. And then you also gotta decide what is more, who are you trying to get to? Are you trying to get to the people, the fans that make the arts, or are you trying to get to the official stuff like Toshin Tetsu, and who needs that boost up? Really, I would say both, but really I would think it would go to the fans of these series, mainly because you can do more. Like, you can make an original Jentai, like that's a thing, but you can also take existing works and then just turn it into something lewd. Like, that's something else that you can also do. There will never be an official Jentai of Ochako getting it in with Deku. That will never happen. And the thing is, with fans, they can take series that maybe people not talking about, or the company that themselves that made it probably don't talk about it as much as they used to, and fans of that series can just come in and just make Jentai art of it whatsoever, like Danganronpa or Madaka Box or HighSchoolDxD or whatever is out there. It totally didn't just name those shows because there's a really big lack of content on them, and totally should have some more good content on certain characters. Totally not telling you artists to go out there and actually make that. Totally not saying that, but just saying that you have more options to do fan art versus a regular show. Now, when a regular show comes in, you do have other stuff they do have their own type of thing, and their type of thing is good sometimes, but there's a lot of things that aren't so good, and they kind of just have to deal with the cards they have. So it's kind of a bit rough on both sides, because you know, fan art, sometimes they draw characters from popular series but never like go back to the old series and stuff that could really use some stuff, like Gatekeeper 21. I want to see more of this chick. Plenty of series that fan art don't go back to, and it frustrates me because they deserve to have something. Like, geez, it's just like, why don't you ever go back? Like, do something. Tips, what about Tips or her boss? Her boss is kind of banging, I'm not gonna lie. And then you have the official stuff that they'll show that maybe has like one series, like one episode, and then that's it. and then never comes back with another episode unless they just have a big massive following. And still, it's not even, you know, any good chance that you might get another episode, and it sucks. So there's a lot of good things about both sides, official and non-official, but there's also bad things about both sides as well that really frustrates me, you know? And so when it comes down to it, do I think it would become mainstream? It could. I won't ever say never, but as of right now, no. And honestly, should it ever get to that point? I don't think it should, because again, the last thing we need is a bunch of people come there and try to ruin what this is. So it's probably not gonna grow, but it'll be funny if it did. When it comes to either side, there need to be more episodes on the official side and more going backtracking to older series that you know could use some fan art, and just give them the content that is needed, you know? Honestly, again, if I was a blown up YouTuber by now, I would pay some of these artists to go out and do some of these characters that don't, you know, get no shine anymore. When it comes down to it, it's not gonna get as big as anime, but I think it's going to start holding the candle, especially if anime is going to start treading the grounds of just straight up Jentai. It's going to get somewhere. But that's all I want to talk about with this video. Hopefully you did enjoy it. If you did, be sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification on your way out. Also follow me on Twitter, TikTok, and if you'd like to donate to the channel, Cash App is available as well. And until then, this is your boy Jay, signing off. Have a blessed day.
Baby, say my name as if you got a fucking clue. Always caught up in the moment, not condoning what I do. I've been messing with my chemistry to find the better me, putting thoughts up on the page in hopes that you could get to me. Been this way since legit, my brain couldn't quit. Running from my issues, roll the pain in a spliff, fade away every hit. Nobody needed me, too afraid to commit.